There's something successful people always protect, and it's not their money, not their reputation. It's the psychological boundaries of their own mind. They know exactly who's trying to cross that line, who's quietly destroying their confidence. If you watch this entire video, you'll understand how to identify the people draining your energy every single day. And more importantly, you'll know how to shut the door in their face, elegantly but decisively. This isn't a soft skill. This is a survival weapon in the modern world. Imagine a simple scenario. Someone says something that bothers you. Maybe a joke about your appearance, maybe a comment about your work. You react, you say that hurt you. And instead of apologizing, they look at you with surprise and ask, "Why are you so sensitive?" This question sounds harmless, but it's not random. This is an extremely sophisticated psychological tactic. When someone asks why you're so sensitive, they're shifting responsibility. You're the one who got hurt, but now you've become the one with the problem. Your brain starts asking itself, am I really too weak? Am I overreacting? In just a few seconds, your mind has left their action and turned to criticizing yourself. That's exactly what they want. Toxic people understand one thing. Most people are afraid of being seen as weak or overdramatic. They exploit this fear systematically. They cause harm. Then, when you react like any normal human being would, they act shocked, as if you're the one with issues. This is how they maintain power without having to change their own behavior. So how should you respond? The answer is simple but powerful. I'm not sensitive, you're just being disrespectful. No explanations, no justifications, just a clear statement. Healthy people will listen and adjust. Toxic people will continue blaming. And that's when you know exactly who you're dealing with. Now we move to the second question, and this is one of the most dangerous ones. Someone just hurt you in front of others. Maybe they mocked something you care about. Maybe they said something that embarrassed you. You ask them to stop, and they laugh, shake their head, then say, "Can't you take a joke?" This question is a perfect trap. If you admit you can't take a joke, you become the boring person, too serious. If you try to laugh along, they'll keep hurting you, and you're supposed to just sit there smiling. This isn't a joke. This is cruelty in disguise. A real joke has to make everyone laugh, not just the person saying it. If only they're laughing and you're in pain, that's not humor. That's verbal violence. Toxic people use humor as a shield. They hide their cruelty behind laughter, then blame you for not having a sense of humor. This tactic is dangerous because it makes you isolate yourself. You think if you speak up, you'll be the one ruining the fun atmosphere. But in reality, they're the ones destroying the atmosphere with their disrespect. Your response needs to cut off all their arguments. Jokes are supposed to be funny. That wasn't. Short, direct, no debate. Because you don't need to prove that you got hurt. Your emotions are the truth. And truth doesn't need justification. Real friends don't hurt you, then blame you for it. Bullies do. The third question will make you feel guilty for your very existence. Imagine you're having a terrible day, something is worrying you or scaring you. You turn to someone you trust, you start sharing. And before you finish speaking, they cut you off. Why do you always make everything about you? Suddenly, you're no longer someone who needs support. You're selfish. This is a technique called deflection. Toxic people use it to avoid caring about you, to avoid supporting you. If they make you feel guilty about expressing emotions, you'll stop talking. You'll keep everything inside. You'll stop asking for help. And that's exactly what they want, because toxic people don't like it when the spotlight isn't on them. Sharing emotions isn't selfish. Asking for support isn't a burden. That's the nature of human relationships. But this question makes you feel like your existence is annoying, like your needs are excessive. And when you start believing that, you isolate yourself. You stop seeking connection. You become lonely in silence. Respond straightforwardly. I'm not making it about me. I'm just sharing how I feel. No apologies, no shrinking, just stating the truth. Healthy people want to know how you feel. They listen, they care, they help. Toxic people punish you for needing them. And you deserve people who actually care. The fourth question will make you doubt your own reality. Let's say someone told you something. Maybe a promise, maybe criticism. Later you bring it up, and they look at you confused. When did I ever say that? You know clearly they said it, you remember it vividly, but they're acting like it never happened, like you're imagining things. This is psychological manipulation at the most dangerous level. When someone makes you doubt your own memory, they're destroying the foundation of your perception. Memory is how you understand life, how you know what's real. Once you start doubting that, they can control you. They can lie, break promises, and you'll never confront them because you're too busy wondering if you're losing your mind. Why is this tactic so dangerous? Because it attacks your trust in yourself. You start thinking, am I forgetful? Did I misunderstand? Am I unreliable? And that's their goal. Because if you don't trust yourself, you'll trust them. And then they can rewrite history in ways that benefit them. Protect yourself by trusting your memory. You did say that, and I remember it clearly. No arguing, no trying to prove it. Just stand firm. Normal people might forget. That's natural. But when they forget, they say, oh, I don't remember, but maybe you're right. They don't attack you. They don't make you feel insane. Toxic people do. So if someone constantly denies things you know happened, write them down. Protect your reality. It's real, no matter how much they try to erase it. The final question might be the most painful one. You finally stand up for yourself. You set boundaries. You say no. You call out their behavior. And instead of listening, they look at you with hurt eyes and say, after everything I've done for you, this hits straight to the heart. It makes you feel guilty, ungrateful, like a terrible person. But think carefully. Real kindness doesn't come with a price tag. Real love doesn't keep score of every good deed to use as a weapon later. If someone truly cares about you, they don't throw the good things they did in your face. They don't use kindness as a manipulation tool. This is emotional hijacking in its most subtle form. They remind you of the good things in the past, so you forget the bad things happening now. They want you to feel indebted to them, feel unable to speak up, feel like you have to accept whatever they do because once they helped you. But relationships don't work that way. Doing something good once doesn't give them permission to hurt you forever. Helping you yesterday doesn't mean you have to endure disrespect today. The response needs to both acknowledge and set boundaries. I appreciate what you've done, but that doesn't mean I can't have boundaries. Calm, respectful, but firm. Because here's the truth. People who truly love you want you to have boundaries. They want you to be happy. They want you to feel safe. Toxic people keep score. They remember every favor. They use your gratitude like a chain. And if someone uses kindness as a weapon, that's not love, that's control. Now you've seen all 5 questions. 5 traps disguised as normal communication. Toxic people aren't always aggressive or openly attacking. No, they're more subtle than that. They ask questions that sound harmless. Questions that make you doubt yourself. Questions that reverse responsibility and turn you into the one at fault. And if you don't know what to listen for, you'll fall for each one. But now you know. You know the signs. You know the tactics. You know how to respond. So next time someone asks you one of these questions, pause. Take a breath. And ask yourself, is this person trying to understand me? Or are they trying to control me? That's the core difference. Healthy people ask questions to learn, to connect, to support. Toxic people ask questions to confuse, to blame, to make you shrink. Don't let them do it. Stand your ground. Trust your feelings. Use your voice, because you deserve people who lift you up, not tear you down. You deserve people who care about your emotions, not make you feel guilty for having them. Protect yourself. Recognize the signs. And never forget, real love doesn't play mind games. It simply loves you unconditionally, without keeping score, without making you the villain when you need respect. Life is too short to spend time with people who make you doubt yourself. You're not a defective product that needs fixing. You're a valuable human being who deserves respect. And anyone who can't see that doesn't deserve a place in your life. Remember this every time you feel confused in a conversation, every time you wonder if you're the problem. Maybe you're not the problem, maybe they are.